I hope you don't think it's strange, me bringing you down to the lake this late at night.
There's no place I'd rather be on a warm summer night like this than sitting here with you, out by old Hemlock Pond. It's so beautiful. We're all alone.
Yeah, just us and the crickets.
To tell you the truth, I was a little surprised when you texted me that you wanted to get together.
Why? We've known each other since we were little kids. We've gone to the same theater camp every summer for so many years.
Gotta love French Woods. Best theater camp ever. But I'm not sure if I'll be going back next year. My parents think it's time for me to move on.
Mine too.
We may never see each other again.
I've been thinking the same thing, and we co-starred in so many shows together at camp.
Well, of course. You were always the best actor in the whole place.
You were a pretty good singer.
And you were the best looking actor in the whole camp.
Yeah, wait, hey, you never told me I was good looking.
Well, I always thought so.
I once asked you directly, do you think I'm good looking? You said I reminded you of your puppy, Sad Face.
Well, you did look like my puppy, Sad Face, back then.
You said I wasn't half as good looking as what's-his-name from One Direction.
Harry Styles? I was 13.
My counselor said I was very handsome, reminded him of Tyrone Power.
Who?
Tyrone Power. I looked him up on Wikipedia. He was a very important movie star, famously good looking.
But year after year, we'd get so close at camp.
Yeah.
And then you'd ignore me the rest of the year, even though we lived so close to one another.
Well, I was a kid, I didn't know any better, but now I'm almost finished with high school. My eyes have opened.
It always seemed crazy that we'd get so tight at camp and then act like strangers the rest of the time.
Over the years at camp, we played all those great lovers on stage. I mean, we did all those romantic shows together.
Romeo and Juliet.
West Side Story.
Grease.
Zombie Prom. I hope we always feel as close as we do now.
Actually, I was hoping we might even get a little closer.
You feel the same way I do?
If you're going to ask what I think you're going to ask, the answer is yes.
Great, so you want to work on a song together?
What?
Why should the good times we had together at camp have to end just because we may have finished our last session here? You know, there's a talent show right here in town next week. I found a theater song we could do that would just be perfect for us. I brought the sheet music.
A song?
You're a good sight reader, you'll learn it quickly.
I wasn't exactly planning on singing tonight.
The song goes like this. How's about a little spoonin'? On a night like this, you and I neath this big bright moon. Spoonin' on a night of bliss.
You and me neath this big oak tree.
Spoonin' on a night in June.
My French Woods Romeo.
Spoonin' on a night like this. Spoonin', such a night of bliss.
You really brought me out here just so you could do all this singing and talking?
You're right, I am doing all the singing and talking.
Yes, so true.
And it's not fair to you. Here, I'll let you take the second chorus. Just listen. You go, girl.
Spoonin' underneath that old honeymoon, keep a shining your big bad moon.
Spoonin' on a night in June.
Here we are neath the big bright moon.
Spoonin' neath that honeymoon.
You are a good singer.
Yep, spoonin' on a night like this.
Spoonin' could be a night of bliss if someone would just make a move.
Hey, no improvising. You know that always throws me. You and your jazz singing. Now here comes my favorite part of the song, the beautiful part. Just you, just me, and my little ukulele and that big golden moon above.
Just you, just me.
And a heart full of rhythm and a good bit of love. I want to be paddling my little canoe over the lake under the big moon with you.
Sometimes I gotta tell you, I've had dreams about you.
Of course, sometimes I have dreams too. We're back at camp singing together.
So sweet.
You know what was my favorite number out of all the ones we sang at camp?
What?
We'll probably be singing it when we're 85, returning for French Woods Theater Camp reunions. Oh, my musical comedy maiden, how I love you.
Oh, my musical comedy boy, I love you too.
Your eyes are like musical comedy stars above you. I'll make a musical comedy promise that I'll be musical comedy true.
By a musical comedy preacher we'll be married. Then I'll be your cute little musical comedy wife.
In our musical comedy flat with our musical comedy cat,
we'll settle down and live a musical comedy life. You know what was my favorite number out of all the numbers I ever sang to you at French Woods?
What?
I've gotta have some loving now. Won't you let me show you how now? Hug me like a bear, come and muss my hair, give me a kiss on the brow. Come be a nice sweet honey like you should, and love me while the loving's good. I may die in the morning, so I want some loving now.
That song never did much for me, but I gotta admit, you did a good job in that show at camp. And so did my friends singing it just for laughs before lights out. Oh, I could hear Eric even singing it now, and Oscar and Michael and Max and Gabe.
You didn't really bring me out here just to sing, did you?
Of course not. Let's walk out to the end of the dock there.
It's so romantic, standing out here on this big old wooden dock, gazing out over the lake, and the water is still so warm and inviting. I hear that night swimming can be lots of fun.
I didn't bring you out here just to talk.
You didn't?
We're all alone, there's no one around to judge us or to see or hear us.
Yes!
It's time to throw caution to the wind.
Oh, yes!
This wooden dock would be a perfect place to practice our tap dancing for the show. We won't just sing, we'll dance, and this song is great for tapping. How's about a little spooning? On a night like this, now I can tap really good.
No, enough of the song and dance. I'm tempted to walk out of here right now.
Oh, I like the high drama and the big exit. Remember what they taught us at camp. Carry the stage on your exit.
Didn't all of those shows we did together mean anything?
I like the comedy scenes we did together the best. You always had such great comic timing.
I like the love scenes we did together the best. I hate saying this, but you were a terrific kisser.
I'm a good actor. I listen for my cues.
But didn't you feel anything? I knew I was ready for our love scenes because of what I felt deep down inside. When you were kissing me in all of those shows, what was going through your head?
I was remembering what my counselor taught me. When you kiss a girl on stage, always remember to cheat a little towards the audience so they see your full profile. Make sure the audience gets your best side. I think my left side is really my best side, don't you?
Couldn't you tell that I wanted you to kiss me? Were you really that insensitive to the cues?
A good actor is always sensitive to the cues. In all the musicals we did, I always knew when it was time to move in for the clinch. A guy knows when it's time to kiss a girl.
He does?
Sure, the music begins to change, you hear some kind of pullback, the music builds, that's when you know you've got to kiss the girl. And if they're really falling in love, it's usually a modulation.
A what?
A key change, and they're singing higher.
You mean all I need to do to make you kiss me is have the music do something like this?
Do that again. That's it. Girl, you've captured my heart.
I have captured his heart.
What more can I say?
Who needs words at a time like this?
Come on now, let's make our own little plan. Let's get away.
I like the sound of that kid. Oh, I have captured his heart.
She's captured my heart. What more can I say?
Come on now, let's make our own little plan. Let's sail away.
I'm always up for some canoeing.
Canoodling?
We'll make our own little home someplace by the bay.
Someplace by the sea.
Someplace by the shore.
Wherever, we'll make our own little plans. Let's get away.
We've got to sing higher now. We'll make our own little home someplace by the bay.
I hope this feeling lasts. It's like being back at theater camp again. I loved being at French Woods with you.
I know I'll always remain loyal.
To me? You don't think you might someday fall for a gal or maybe even a guy from a rival theater camp?
Like Stage Door Manor? Never, I'll always be loyal to French Woods. Best theater camp ever. Now sing out, Louise, big finish. We'll make our own little home someplace by the bay. Blackout.